Alright, it says we're live, but I'm not sure if we're live. Let me make sure. Alright, we are live. So, Tony, how are we doing,
Ted,
man?
what's up, Ted?
Not
Um,
much. Oops. About to tweet out the lake. Um, so it's been, I'm gonna turn my mic down too.
it's been a couple weeks since I've been on.
Yeah, dude, it's been, yeah, it's honestly been 2 full weeks since you've been on because we met that weekend and then the week after that, both
You
of us
brought the
were sick.
sickness.
And then Marco last week.
Yeah, last week I had um an emergency with the puppy who's sitting on my lap. That's why my seat's reclined. Decided he was gonna jump into the bathtub and swallow a disposable razor, and had to rush him to the emergency vet, and he stayed there for 4 days while they tried to see if he would pass the razors instead of having to do surgery. And luckily he did the day before Christmas. But
He gave you a
um,
Christmas gift.
yeah, a nice vet bill.
Oh my
That
god,
is
dude.
the vet bill's outrageous. I'm not even gonna say it what the price was, but it's
Vets are
just
so
crazy.
expensive nowadays, man.
Yeah, and I debated getting pet insurance, and of course I didn't, and then this happened. So
Yeah, I'm in a similar situation. I just lost my dental insurance because, I mean, I'm still pretty young and I just lost it. Like the one that I've had my entire life, I just lost that dental insurance. And
mhm.
I have a cavity now. And I've called around and they're quoting like 500 or 700 bucks or something. So I'm gonna try to find somewhere that's cheaper, but that probably doesn't even compare to the vet bill that you had.
I mean,
What? Yes. What do you need? My goodness.
let's
Sorry.
just put it. No, you're good. Let's just put it this way. It's like every day he was there, it was $1,600, and that doesn't even include, you know, all the X-rays and everything they had to do and the IVs, and it's just like just so expensive.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Um, so my wife, she was just at the door because she wanted to tell me this. Andrew Tate just got arrested.
Oh, I was, dude, it's funny. I was literally, Sterling, I was just, Sterling brought it up like 30 minutes ago. Apparently, human trafficking.
Yeah, dude, he must have Greta Thunberg must have sent her troops on him or something. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
She on Twitter like he like said something and she responded with like, "Yeah, message me at," and then it was like little dick syndrome at getalife.org or something. It was super funny,
Jesus.
but
Why
that's
was he,
crazy.
why was he going at her?
I don't know. Someone like said something really weird that was like, it was like, why don't Andrew Tate and Greta Thunberg just have sex already? There's so much tension. And then he said she couldn't handle it. And I was just
Oh,
like, she is
wait,
19.
how old is she? I was gonna say, how old is
Yeah,
that girl?
bro, that's so weird. But yeah, then she roasted the shit out of him, and now he's arrested on human
Ima
trafficking.
Imagine if, like he's actually convicted of that, and all these people that were
Yeah,
fucking praising him, and
there's been a lot of people shouting bad apple from the beginning, but there's been a lot of people who have been dick riding him too.
I mean, something like as extreme as human trafficking. I mean,
Yeah, that isn't something to
that's
fuck
like
around with, dude.
that's like extreme. There was actually a girl, I forget what her name is, but this was like 5, 6, 7 years ago now. She was from my town, and she went missing, and it I'm pretty sure they found out that she was sold into like human trafficking.
Oh
She
my
like
god, dude.
I don't even know what her name is. But she like met some dude from New York or something, or Philly or one of the surrounding cities, and um they think that he sold her into like some human trafficking, and
That's
there's
fucking
some
terrifying.
it's like $100,000 reward out for her. And
Dude, oh my god. I know. There was something I watched like a video about like they talk about human traffickers and like how to like avoid that type of shit. And one of the things they said was is if someone kidnaps you, like don't ever end up at the place that they want to take you. Like just like fight literally as hard as you can
Yeah,
at the beginning.
yeah. It's scary being a girl.
Yeah, dude, I would. It's fucking beyond scary. We do have some stuff to talk about outside of Andrew Tate. I know we were going to talk about like Elon Musk and the Tesla stuff. Did you see the articles today about him getting margin called?
No, the only way I knew about it was when you mentioned it this morning. I didn't see the articles though.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the article here just in a second, and we'll read through it
But I
for a
know we looked
minute.
at that Tesla chart. That Tesla chart looks like hell.
Yeah, I'll pull that up too, so we can talk about that.
Yeah, that Tesla chart looks horrible.
Let's pull the chart up, and then you can do some charting, and then I'll look up the article on it. All right, so I have the Tesla daily up for people to be looking at. Oh my gosh, dude, it was off the chart. Like it was off the page. It was all the way
Oh, it's bad,
below.
dude.
Yeah. All right, you talk about the chart for a second, and I'm gonna pull up this article about his margin call.
Yeah, was it me and you that brought Tesla up before?
As
I think so.
bearish. Yeah, we talked about it being bearish.
Yeah, I'm almost positive somebody in chat mentioned Tesla, like they wanted us to look at it, and because I have this zone drawn on, I don't normally watch Tesla. It was this zone from the 1st of March in 2021. It formed a demand zone and it's interacted with that zone like 4 or 5 times, and it just broke that the end of November, um, and has since fallen off a cliff and is under what looks like all weekly moving averages and daily moving averages. So it doesn't really look like there's anything underneath as underlying support outside of like obviously psych levels. What are we currently sitting at? I can't move because of the dog. Um, Ted,
The
what are
price
we?
right now
Yeah,
is 121.82.
121.82. Yeah, so
It looks like it's getting like a little bit of a relief bounce here. It filled like the gap on this daily, if you guys can see the chart here, but there is a lot of room down. I mean, if you just go back, let's just move to the weekly here. If you go back and look at the weekly, like there's a lot of room down if it breaks this low that it made at like 108
I
something
remember
something.
specifically if you look at like the middle of September, people were I think it was, yeah, if you look at the 6th of September, it was kind of in a flag and it had a crazy day on the 6th and everyone was like, "Oh, Tesla's about to break out of that flag." And then it had another touch at the very top of the flag from the 19th of September and has since basically, fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
If you It's crazy because that the day it had the 6th, it looked really bullish, and then has just gotten murdered.
Dude, I think the biggest thing on this Tesla chart is how it basically confirmed below that previous like 199.80ish was support on, I think it was like Monday the 24th of October, and then it
Yeah,
confirmed below that like twice heavily. Like
yeah.
it broke below and then confirmed that and is like dying at this point. It's like on life support right now. Like this thing is fucking completely just
I wonder
dead.
what the I wonder what the premiums look like.
They're pretty expensive nowadays. I was looking at, I think it was 2 days ago, and it was a few. I don't remember what the expiration were, but they were like $8 or $9 for anything that I was looking to play. That's pretty damn expensive. Um,
Yeah,
what I'm seeing here on the like stuff about his margin call is basically it's we're never gonna actually know if he got margin called. It's kind of like we're not going to he's not unless he comes out and says like, oh yeah, I got margin called. We're probably
yeah.
never going to know if he got margin called. But based on the math, it's likely that he has gotten margin called or he will get margin called. But up until now, it looks like he has not gotten margin called. It says here he dodged a bullet, a potential margin call. He followed his own advice. If he would have executed the initial agreement that bankers proposed to him and that he proposed to the bankers, then he would have been margin called by now based on what the parts of the agreement for his Twitter purchase. But since he did not go through with that initial agreement, it's likely he hasn't gotten margin called. But it's also if Tesla falls more, then the likelihood of him getting margin called goes up and up and up. And I'm just interested in how that's going to play out long term for Tesla if Elon Musk gets margin called. Like that's pretty crazy if Elon Musk got margin called on his Twitter acquisition. Um,
Speaking of Twitter, what is Twitter at?
they took it private
Oh, when was that?
when he signed the deal to take it and got all the funding. It went completely private. I think it was like a Friday.
24th of October.
Yep. I loved
Well,
trading Twitter. I
how did I
scalped
not
that
know
thing a
that?
lot.
I'm sure you probably mentioned that to me. I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, dude, I was big into like the commons of Twitter. I would go pretty heavy into commons on Twitter, and I don't know, made a lot of money
Man,
over time on that.
I never played it, but
It was nice. It moved pretty quickly, but it also moved like it followed technicals well because I think Tesla does not follow technicals like at all on the 5 minute chart. That's my issue with trading Tesla is it's like it'll just randomly boner like short squeeze and then it'll randomly like die when it's like a bullish chart it'll die and then if it's a bearish
pro-
chart it'll just
well,
boner.
the problem with something like that is he has so much like influence,
Yeah.
like tweeting specifically. Like, remember all the times, like especially when um, Trump was in office, like every single time he tweets, whether it was about some stupid crypto or whatever it was, it would always, there would always be a reaction. So I
Yeah.
hate stuff like that. Like literally, you're at the mercy of some guy that could
Dogecoin was
literally,
like that, bro.
yeah,
Elon would just say something and Dogecoin would go up like fucking 200% in like
yeah,
3 days or something. I
yeah.
remember like when he was on Saturday Night Live, there was like a run up on Dogecoin and it ran like
I
I think it
remember
was
that.
like 100% or something crazy just on him going up to Saturday Night Live because they thought he was going to say something about it while he was on
Yeah, I
Saturday
remember
Night
that.
Live. I just can't
Yeah.
imagine if he would have like on Saturday Night Live like closed out his thing with everyone go buy Dogecoin and then just like got off.
He knows what, I mean,
He
he's a
knows what he's doing
genius. He
all the
knows,
time, bro.
he knows what he's doing.
Um, there was another chart I wanted to talk to you about. I'll pop it up on my screen again. It was XBI. I'm really interested in this biotech sector, and the daily chart is really, really interesting. Like,
So is it weekly?
yeah, dude, it's like it's been trading in this zone for how long is this now? Since September, it's been trading in this little tiny like channel zone. It looks like it could be breaking to the downside of that channel. Like it was making higher lows for a while there, and now it is making lower lows. But this thing looks like it could be like leading the reverse because this is a pretty big ETF. It's all of like the Myrna, the Pfizer, like all of those. Um, and like a lot of the smaller companies that are biotech. But I think this looks
Yeah.
pretty good for like potential to keep an eye on for this possibly like to show us what SPY is going to do because if this reverses, then that could really help SPY out reversing.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Spy. Um, I know you just mentioned Spy, but the two things I'm looking at now are um essentially I'm looking at the high from I can't see the price because the dog's on me. I think it's 38742 around that from the 21st of December. And then that low from the 22nd of December. Essentially, we're just trading within our range right now.
Yeah.
We are at the daily 9. We saw a rejection today. If we break that low from 22nd of December, I think we push to those weekly 200s that are sitting around like 370-ish. Um, the weekly, depending on what happens tomorrow and how we close, it looks like we're bouncing a bit out of what was demand formed from the 7th of November. So I think it's going to be, what happens next week is going to be pretty dependent on how the weekly closes. Um, but like I said, I'm looking at that daily range it's kind of trading in. Um,
Yeah.
you know,
I like this weekly for upside, but the only issue I have with it is the volume is pretty low, and it feels like this is going to be a really low week on volume. Which obviously it makes sense. It's the week after Christmas. We have a day where we didn't even trade, so it's 4 day week. But like I just wonder how much we can put into these days and these weeks where there's low volume like this.
yeah.
I like fundamentally feel like SPY needs lower. Um, I don't know, man. It's a tough spot right now because like SPY
Well, the
in this.
market's,
Go
oh,
ahead.
sorry, the market is closed Monday, I believe.
Yeah, man, we're in a tough spot because like we're having so many of these low volume chop weeks. It's kicking traders out. Traders don't even want to be trading this sort of stuff. And then also the other thing too is there's just so much like uncertainty about what 2023 is going to bring when it comes to interest rates, when it comes to the Fed and stuff like that. That this feels warranted though. Like this trading around feels very warranted. If you go to the daily, there's just so much uncertainty. Like you can see the gap up today and then the run after the nice red day yesterday is just prime like pull like full chop. Like it's just complete chop and it just makes sense based on like what you can expect out of 2023. And the same thing happened last week on Friday. Like it ran green pretty well after a gap down, and then Monday it gapped up and then barely closed red. Like there's just a lot of BS happening. And I wouldn't expect anything else when no one knows what's about to happen. No one knows what Powell's gonna say next time he gets up there. That sort of shit. Like it makes sense in my opinion.
Yeah, plus like, I mean, essentially from like November on with like the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, into the new year, it's like, people are going on vacation. Most people are traveling.
Yeah,
Essentially, it's very low volume
the
to
uh,
begin with.
the hedgies are in Aspen right now. We were talking about that this morning. They're probably sitting on the ski lift every single day when they would be trading normally with their families and stuff. Um,
Dude,
just a lot of
I
the
s-
volume gone.
I saw this town. I was looking at houses in Colorado. I saw this town in Colorado. I do not remember the name of it. Um, it's this town, it's like between the mountains, and the houses in that town, like a standard, like just a run-of-the-mill house that would normally be like $200,000 was like $6 million. Like they're not even
Was it a
nice, but
ski
it's just
town?
I don't know what the hell the name was. Let me try to look.
It might be like Vail. If you've ever been to Colorado, like Vail is like pretty much like ritzy rich, but there's also like everywhere out there is expensive. If it was in between, I'm trying to think. Breckenridge
Tell
is pretty
tell
expensive.
Telluride,
Oh yeah, 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 Telluride. That's
dude.
that's a destination spot too. Yeah,
I mean, like a one-story house was like $6 million. I
yeah,
was
dude. Like a slot up in those places to like put a trailer on is like $400,000 a year. Like or
I
not, like just to buy one would be like 400 or $500,000 just to
I'm
put a
just
trailer on.
I'm just assuming that I guess it's literally like a vacation spot for like rich people.
Yep, exactly. It's like people who have homes on the coast, like in California, where they have like right on the beach. I have a
I
story about that, dude. We when I was out in California with some of my friends, there was a lady that tried to tell me that she owned the beach and then I needed to get off of it when I was on a public beach. And she just yelled at me and she was wearing like Gucci and Prada on her porch while she was watering plants. And she was just yelling at me from above on her porch, just screaming at me like, "Get off the beach! That's a private beach!" And I was like in the water, like I was standing in the water. And I was just like, I don't know how sad your life has to be just to yell at a
yeah,
random person.
imagine.
Dude, like, I don't even know, bro. Like, I just didn't, I don't even understand how you can feel like you
Oh,
own the ocean.
how old was she?
Probably like 70. She was
Yeah,
just yelling at me
dude,
over and over.
old people are the worst.
Yeah, I cannot
Like
believe it, dude.
old people are just always so miserable.
They're all like, it's always like they're really nice or they're really mean. There's not
There's no
really
in
much in
between.
between.
Yep, they're like overly nice or they're just nasty.
Yeah, yeah, and nasty is like more common than not
Yeah,
nasty.
yeah.
I wanted to drop a couple names of tickers on here for people who were like watch these shows because we appreciate you guys coming in and watching these live. And if you're not watching it live, we appreciate you too. Drop a like on the video, but we're gonna talk about a couple tickers for the watch list kind of thing. Because last week I gave when I was alone, there was a ticker that I gave, and it ran like 200% the next day. It was like a penny stock that I said I thought might have a reverse split. And it ran 200% the next day. And then I talked about gold as well, and gold did pretty well. But we're both going to give a couple little things. I'll start off. BIIB. I traded this actually back in June, I believe. Let me go look. Yeah, I traded this candle right here. I had calls on this day in June where it ran from like $300 all the way to, I believe that's like 400 something. I traded it that day. But what we're seeing in January, so January 6th, this is actually down below what we were trading it at when it had those that massive move to above 400. But what we're seeing in January, like I was saying, is January 6th, there's a PDUFA date or a PDUFA date, whatever you want to say, for their Alzheimer's drug. And I think that there's a likely chance that it gets approved with a warning label, that sort of thing, because they've made it very clear that they want this Alzheimer's drug to be out there. And so I'm watching BIIB for possible even just a run up to January 6th. So next week, possibly just a nice run next week. And then if January 6th hits like they want it to hit, then I think this thing could be, $400 again pretty quickly. And then the second one I had, this is a smaller stock. It was on my weekly watch list for my Discord and stuff. But BYSI, I really liked how this was looking before the week, right at about like 165, and then it dipped all the way to 140, and I really wasn't that interested. But then after today, I'm very interested. I think this green candle today made a lot of difference because if you see like the resistances and the supports from previous times, this was kind of like a high volume area that it was in, probably from about like 125 all the way to 165 was very high volume. There was a bunch of bounces around back in July, August, September, and then end of September. There was a ton of movement in that area, and it's kind of using that as support now. I think there's just a lot of volume in this area, and so it's bouncing off of that. And so I'm interested in how this is going to work for like tomorrow, Friday, and then all of next week. There's a chance this thing gets on its horse and really moves towards this previous high, which I believe is around 250. The wick is a bit higher, but the body's around 250. And so I'm interested in this one. I'm going to keep both of those on my watch list. And also, I know that the 200 MA isn't up, but this bounced right off the 200 MA. The 200 MA was sitting right at like 141 ish. So those are my two names. Tony, do you have any stuff that you want to throw together for the viewers?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to pull it up, Ted.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
I really like Ford. I know I talk about Ford a lot, but if you look at Ford right now,
Oh yeah.
you might be able to draw it actually if you look at the weekly. Um, it's bouncing really nicely out of demand. The last time we bounced out of demand was the beginning of October, and we ran about $4, $3, $4. And depending on again what happens and how this weekly closes, we do have a little bit of room upwards of $13 on the weekly. So I like Ford a lot. It also follows SPY, so if SPY is strong and closes the week out strong, you know, when's the market open next week, Tuesday? I would look for Ford to see some continuation. The only issue and drawback with Ford is, it's kind of an uphill battle. It's been in this downtrend for since the beginning of November. So if you're looking at the volume shelf, there's quite a bit of activity on the way up. But again, if SPY's healthy, then Ford will follow. I also really like Qs. If you pull the Qs weekly up, again, it's out of demand. I would love to see the weekly close green. Um,
If they flip that
last
green, bro, that would be insane.
it looks really good, yeah. Um, if they do, like Ted said, if that ends up closing green, there is quite a bit of room until you reach any of the weekly moving averages. The daily looks pretty good too. We are kind of at that daily 9, but um, I don't play Qs too often, but it does look really good. So for me, Qs and F. I like I like Amazon, but that's more of um, a long-term thing for me. I added some Amazon last week.
We should talk about
Um,
that because um, I have levels that I really really like on Amazon.
yeah. Um, but I know we've talked about, and I've talked about Amazon quite a bit. Essentially, it has, very little underlying support. And for me, I'm kind of just treating this as a investment opportunity. And honestly, when you're, trying to add something in multiple legs, like for me, I'd have no problem adding, four or five, or adding Amazon 4 or 5 times. You almost want it to drop and continue to drop. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Either you're buying the bottom or, you're going to get it at an extreme discount. Um, so I mean, I love Amazon long term.
Yeah, I have. I think I actually tweeted a chart of Amazon earlier this week, but I have some specific levels that I really really like on Amazon. The first one is $82, which it actually hit this week. And I would have added, but I completely missed the 282 touch. And then 67. So basically this bottom right here, and also this bottom right here. And then I like 54, which it might not hit all of these. It'll probably maybe hit one or two of them. But that's a position nonetheless. This 54 is from this wick back in 2017, and then the last one is 47. It's the bottom side of these candles here. So that's the four that I really like on this. There's a big gap between this 82 and 67. So I would not be opposed to adding a fifth somewhere in like, this maybe like 75, 70, 74, something like this right here. And just having my position completely split into fifths and then adding on each of these lines. But these are the areas that I like a lot on that. So what did we talk about? We talked about BIIB, BYSI, Ford, and then QQQ. I wanted to go back to Ford. I really like Ford. Um, we're both like we like it long term as well, but this is a great setup for people who like to trade stuff with low risk, high reward. Because if this breaks, back down below this supply, then your stop loss is somewhere in like the like 1075 right now, and right now it's only 1150. So you'd be, what is that, like 7%, something like that, something small, stop loss wise if you were looking to swing trade this. But potentially you have much more upside. Potentially, like, let's just say, we can even draw a trend line so that we can make this pretty conservative. Say this trend line holds, you still have upside to 13, over 13, which is well over 15, 20%. So I think that's probably might be the best setup we've talked about today, to be completely honest.
Yeah, especially if you're like trying to trade commons, it's like it doesn't really get any more low risk. Or again, if you're trying to, you know, add that as, a long-term ad for yourself, you're either buying the bottom or you're, praying that it continues to go lower.
Yep.
Um, but it the last time it was around this level, around this demand zone, it bounced quite a bit. So, again, it's going to be dependent on SPY guys. I really, really, really would check tomorrow. as soon as the market closes, pull your weekly SPY chart up, and that'll kind of give you an idea of some, potential direction next week. And again, the market, I believe, is closed Monday for New Year's, so it's going to be a 4-day week, probably another lower volume week.
Yeah, let's pull up the SPY weekly again. If this week closes, somewhere in the, oh my gosh, yeah, it could be pretty low. If this closes low volume, then it's gonna be another week of like basically almost needing to void the candle this week. I mean, not completely. You can't void a candle because of the volume on it, but you can kind of put almost zero stock into it, and that's how I handle it.
Yep.
But like larger picture thing for people who are looking to like invest long term, like longer term, like larger picture, the weekly here, we have this zone, and this is gonna be like moving forward. This is just gonna be the zone. Like it's gonna be pretty much what we have to watch every single week. Every single CPI, every single Fed meeting, this zone is going to be the zone that needs to break. But based on this rejection we saw on the month of December 12th, I don't know how long it's going to take, but it feels like we're still a ways away from being able to break this downtrend zone. I don't know about you, Tony, but like this thing is not looking healthy. If you look at this wick on this candle and then how far below the open it closed, like this would be normally a pretty large candle itself without that wick. But then the wick just makes it went from 410.62 all the way down to 381.16. That's a 30-point candle, and it was a rejection candle. So I wouldn't be surprised if when the volume came back, we saw some more downside and a retest of these lows in 2023. Just
Yeah,
personally, I feel like that's probably the most likely to happen.
yeah. So the thing is, like, if you go and you look at this, and if you start from the 15th of August, if you start from the top of that and you draw a little pennant that includes the 12th of December, that'll be your top, and then you go from the 10th of October and you include the last 2 weeks. Um, if the weekly closes, strong tomorrow and you continue and get tighter in that pennant, and you do get a breakout to the upside, and kind of break that upper trend, I think we may be reversing.
Yeah.
If we break below that and it tests those weekly 200s again, I think we're, going to see continuation. So I would honestly if you look at Ted's screen, I would keep that in and apply that to your weekly, and just check because, if we continue to get tight within that, I would look for a break in either direction. It's pretty neutral pattern. So,
Yeah, it's pretty 50-50. That's the thing about pennants. A lot of people like to treat them as like, continuation indicators, but they're really, really 50-50.
that's something that's so neutral like that. So,
Yeah, I agree. How are you feeling about fast food, Tony? I know we were going to talk about that.
fast
what's your
food.
go-to, man?
So should I do my honorable mention?
Yeah, yeah. Do your honorable mention. We'll do like a. I feel like we should do a couple things about this. You do your honorable mention, the top three thing, and then we got to go make a tier list as well. I've been into tier lists lately,
Okay.
so
Ho- Honorable mention is Wawa. Um,
I've never heard of it.
you've never heard of Wawa?
I have no idea what that is.
I know it's an East Coast thing, but I thought you would have heard of it.
Mm-mm.
So Wawa is essentially, do you know what Sheets is?
Yeah, yeah, the gas station.
Yeah. So essentially Wawa is like Sheets. You go and like, you can order food, and I think their subs are pretty good. So that's my honorable mention. Like when you're um like on the road and you need something quick, but it's good. You're like filling your gas tank up and can get food at the same time.
Okay.
Um, I like Wawa. My number three um and I don't know if this is gonna classify as fast food or not, but is Five Guys considered fast food, or does it have to have a drive-through?
I'll accept Five Guys. I think that's acceptable.
Okay, so number three is Five Guys. Um, Honestly, I just think their food's really good. It's absolutely overpriced.
Crazy
Like
overpriced.
great, like dude, I was in Mississippi and I think my meal was $30. I got a cheeseburger and fries and
Yep.
like my God. So number three, Five Guys. Number two, Zaxby's. You ever have Zaxby's?
Mm-mm.
It's like a fried chicken place. I love Zaxby's. It's like there's a lot of them down south. Um, and their fried chicken's really good. Number one is has to be Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A's
It's
banging.
just so consistent. Every time it's consistent. Their chicken sandwiches are fire. Their sauces are really good. Their fries are really good. I'm not a I'm not really a McDonald's guy. So
McDonald's is just so average. That's like my baseline for fast food. If it's worse than McDonald's, I will never eat it again. Like that's
yeah.
just how I go. Is if I classify it worse than McDonald's, it's just never getting eaten again. Dude,
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich is so
Oh,
good.
dude. So I see people complain that they're not crispy, but like
They're good
they
anyway, dude. It
they
doesn't even
don't need
matter.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's like the Popeyes one. Did you ever have that chicken sandwich?
I've never had Popeyes ever.
It's like the crispy version of Chick-fil-A. Like they're both really really good in their own way. There was like the big debate going on, but to me they were just completely different. Like Popeyes was crispy and Chick-fil-A's was not as crispy, but they both were super good anyway.
I've
Um
never had Popeyes.
okay, you're probably I honestly think I'm about to go all local and like not local but like Midwest, and so I don't think you're going to know like any of these.
Oh boy.
My honorable mention has to be Wendy's. I think Wendy's is like super
Bro, you
good.
don't think I know what Wendy's is?
Okay, no. I meant my top three. My top three are about to be like super. You're not gonna know one of them, I bet. But Wendy's is my honorable mention because, dude, a good Baconator, like that shit hits. And then also
Their
their
burgers are good.
yeah, bro. And then their chicken nuggets, the spicy ones, those were so good.
Yeah.
Number three is gonna have to be Culver's.
I know what that is.
You what?
Don't live under a rock, dude.
What? Dude,
Yeah,
I was talking
Culver's.
about Culver's.
Whataburger.
Oh my God, Tony
Yeah.
knows about Culver's. I was talking about Culver's in my Discord, and no one knew what it was. And then I
Yeah, well,
found
your
out it was.
Discord, they also like that pizza place. I don't even know what the name
Oh
is.
yeah, Papa
That's
Murphy's,
not a real pizza
the
place.
one where they make you cook your own pizza.
That's the
That's
worst thing
so
I've ever heard
crazy,
of.
bro. They made him cook his own pizza, and he went back. Um, yeah, so Culver's, the Butterburgers, and the cheese curds at Culver's are just
Hmm.
too good. Number two is Poncheros. Do you know what that is?
Churros. Is that like Qdoba?
No, it's well, I don't know what Qdoba is. It's basically
He says no. He doesn't even know what it is. No.
what is Qdoba?
It's like Chipotle.
Oh, then yeah, it's exactly like Chipotle. Poncheros is Chipotle, like, but it started in a college town in Iowa. So it's like Chipotle, but it's better. Like they like mix their like the stuff for the like burrito. They like mix it up before they roll
Yeah.
the burrito up. Super good. And then my number one is Bebop's, and
I've never heard of that.
yeah, that's an Iowa thing. There's only 11 of them, but I it's my favorite. It's like burgers, and they're basically like a mix between like Five Guys and McDonald's. They're like somewhere in between. So it's like much better than McDonald's, but not like as
Not
expensive as Five Guys.
$30.
Yeah, so it's like somewhere it's like perfect in the middle. Um
Should we do our worst now?
oh,
The
the
worst fast food?
worst. Oh my gosh. Let's do the tier list. That'll probably give us our
Okay.
worst. We'll get
Yeah, yeah.
some good
Oh,
combo
that's
out
right.
of that.
Yeah, we can do the worst on there because I have some strong opinions on.
There's some bad fucking food out there, bro. All right. Fast food. I
Somebody
gotta
said,
search this.
Lance said, turn the lights on. I love the darkness in here. I can't.
When we went to see you, which I don't know if we haven't even talked about that before.
Oh, you didn't talk about it last week?
Yeah, no, I didn't talk about it. Well, I think I said that Oh my gosh, reset this thing. Um, I did say that I went and saw you, but I never really talked to anybody like in depth about it. But when I did go to see you, the pink room was the first thing I noticed. Like we were
The
driving
pink
by,
room. That's how
and
you knew it was my
yeah, bro,
house.
I said that's Tony's house, and Hubob was like, "Oh yeah, it is," and I was like, "That's the pink room, bro. That's the fucking
That's
pink room.
so funny.
It's right on the front of your house and shit."
Because I don't have blinds.
Yeah, but we can talk about that for a minute. Yeah, me and one of our other friends drove and flew to see Tony in Pennsylvania and hang out for a weekend, and that was pretty sick. If anyone is able to do that in their lifetime, I recommend surprising your friend.
Dude,
You were
I
floored.
I was so I couldn't believe it. Because our friend that set it up, Hudok, I don't know if he's in here or not. He sent I was eating dinner and I just got home and he sends me a text because he lives like an hour from me and he goes, "Hey, I'm in town." He goes, "You want to go to this restaurant in town with me?" And I was like, I was gonna get what I was gonna do is Austin, our other friend, was which who knew the whole time was like, "Hey, you want to play a game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm gonna have to." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get on." And then my other friend texts me, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna have to tell Austin that I can't get on." And I felt bad because I told my friend that I'd go eat with him since he was in town. I didn't want him to be alone. And he goes, and I go, "Oh, I'll just meet you there." And he goes, "No, I got a surprise. I want to show you quick." And I thought, like, I was thinking, I'm like, what the hell could the surprise be? I'm like, he got a puppy. And oh, that's what I thought. And he shows up and it was you and Anthony.
Dude, it
And
was nuts.
I think I remember just grabbing your jacket or your
Yep.
hoodie and I could not believe it. I
You just
was
like
so
grabbed both of
shocked
us and you were like, "What the
because
fuck?"
that was the first time we've known each other for 4 years. That was the first time we've met in person.
Yeah, dude, it was. And
And you got
also,
to meet everybody.
yeah, man. When Tony says he lives in the middle of nowhere, he means he lives in the middle of a town with more towns around it. So he doesn't actually live in the middle of nowhere.
That's so funny. I just live in a normal town, but
Yeah, yeah. It's
it's a
yeah,
Hallmark
dude.
town according to you and Anthony.
It is. They had like this big ass like thing in the middle of the road, like in the
The
divider on
boulevard.
the road,
Yeah, the
completely just like
boulevard.
covered in like lights and stuff. And there were just all these people like with like hot cocoa on dates and stuff. It was the just definition of what you'd see in a Hallmark movie. Like Ryan Reynolds takes, I don't know, Drew Barrymore to the fucking road thing, the road Christmas thing.
But me and Hudok talk so much shit on it.
Dude, it was cool. I was like, you guys like Hudoc was just driving by it, like he was like, oh yeah, that's the Christmas thing, and I was like, dude, this is like mad cool. Like you're
Yeah.
not even thinking about how cool this is.
Yeah, we
All
kind of
right,
exaggerate it a little bit.
yeah, we got all of these. Can you see my
Oh
screen right now?
boy. Let me expand the
All right, we got like a crap load of stuff here. Someone
Oh,
in the chat said they thought you lived in Alaska.
I dude, whoever said I wish I
Imagine.
lived in Alaska.
I would
I would
totally live
love
in
to live in
Alaska, dude.
Alaska.
Lobster and shit, dude. All right. I think it's pretty clear. Let's like pick out the ones that are like super clear. I think Chick-fil-A
Wait, are we
belongs.
going worst to first?
Let's go worst to
Wait,
first.
wait, no, actually, let's just go from the top left to the right and then no, no, so like the A and
Oh,
W,
start with A
we'll
and
go from
W. All right, all right,
yeah,
all right.
yeah,
A and W, what do you think?
never had it.
It is pretty low in there. The only thing they have is like the root beer floats in my humble opinion. We'll do that to
Oh,
where.
A and W, the soda thing?
Yeah, it's the soda. It's their like their chain of restaurants, and that's the only good thing they have is
Didn't
like their
even know
root beer
they had it.
floats.
I didn't even know they had
Arby's,
it.
what do you feel about Arby's?
Bro, as low as humanly possible. How
F.
low can it go?
F is the lowest. I think it's
Do we need a reasoning?
yeah, yeah, you got to drop a reasoning about why.
Bro, listen, okay. If you're like, first off, if the slogan is "We have the meats," that sounds
Ooh.
disgusting. Second off,
We
that's
have
their
the
slogan.
meats.
Second off, like they're trying to like advertise as like a high quality, like almost like they have like high quality meat. which it's not high quality meat, and God only knows like
They're roast beef, bro.
what, yeah, like God only knows how they're like what they're doing, and I there's just no way I can't like a roast beef chain. I
A roast beef chain,
That's
bro. That's
literally what it
literally how
is.
you describe them. Is a roast beef chain. Hey, yo, they
No,
sell roast beef sandwiches.
there's no way.
Like imagine like you just like hop in a car on like a first date and they're like, "Hey, you want to go grab some roast beef sandwich?"
Imagine you take your date to Arby's.
Dude, I will say their curly fries are good if you're like I don't know, super late and you want something good, but that is like the only thing I'd ever order there. I think I'd get food poisoning from everything else.
Jesus.
All right. Baja Fresh Mexican Grill. Do you know what that is?
Never had it.
Never had it either. Blimpie.
Never had it.
That's sub sandwiches. It's like in there with A&W. It's like worse than most places, but not like the
Yeah,
worst. Bojangles. Have you had that?
never. I know what it is, but I've never had it.
All right. Boston Market.
No clue what that is.
Neither do I. Burger King.
Uh,
I
the
hope we're on the
la
same page about this one.
Oh, I almost said the last time I had Burger King when I was a child, but I remember like over the summer, me and McCabe were golfing, and we stopped at a Burger King because we were just starving, and he asked me if I wanted Burger King, and I didn't want to say no, so I just said sure. And I got some like Southwest something. I'm not gonna lie, it actually, I don't know if it was because I was starving, but it actually was not bad.
Okay, so you're not a Burger King hater.
I'm not that's like the first time I've had it in like 20 years, but I honestly can't sit here and lie and say it was disgusting.
Okay, all right, I can respect that. I was gonna say it's better than Arby's, but it's still at the bottom for me. Dude, Anthony loves Burger King. Loves Burger King.
Wait, really? Like it's
Yeah.
known?
Yeah, Anthony is like a big Burger King guy. I put it at the bottom of my list last time, and he like texted me individually, like, "Dude, you're fucking stupid." Like he was like messaging me, like, "You
Like
don't know what you're
actually
talking
mad
about."
about it?
Not like actually, but like Anthony mad, where he's like smiling but sounds super aggressive.
Yeah.
I think it should. I think it can live in D category.
Wait. There's no E category?
I
Or is
guess
this how the
not.
tiers work? Okay.
So F is the lowest. So Arby's is right now like the worst. Like we hate Arby's the most.
Okay.
Raising Cane's. Have you had Raising Cane's?
Fire. Cane's is
It's.
fire.
I think it's B. It's like right up there, but
Yeah,
I
it's
don't think
not the
it's the
best.
best.
Yeah.
Their sauce is probably better than Chick-fil-A's, to be
Yeah.
honest. Carl
Bro, put
Junior's.
put that was one of the ones that was gonna be my worst.
Carl
Listen,
Junior's.
I've never had Carl's Jr., but every Carl's Jr. or Hardee's or whatever I've ever seen is like squeezed in between like an abandoned Kmart and abandoned gas station. It's like in the most hood place imaginable.
It looks like it's in a zombie apocalypse, but it's
It's like the
actually just
buildings falling, like you don't know if the building's like fucking getting renovated or not.
yeah.
There's no sign.
The worker
The
yells at
Hardee's,
you when you open the door.
yeah, the Carl's Jr. star, he's missing an eye. It's like, yeah.
Okay. I don't think it's the worst. I was gonna put it in C. So we'll cut it in the
No, no, no,
middle.
no, you can put it where you think. I've literally never had it. I'm just going off of appearance.
You kind of made me second guess myself, and I think that it's
Is it
probably
actually decent?
it's like oh man. I would say hmm I'm trying to compare it to something like I would say it's like Wendy's, but a little worse than Wendy's. Like it's good, but it's not as good as like a Baconator sort of thing. But it's like pretty similar to that type of like burgers and shit. I've
We
only
don't
had it when I
have
was
that
like
around here.
extremely drunk though, so that probably
Yeah.
skews my opinion. All right, we're at the Chick-fil-A. I think we know where
Yeah.
she goes. I don't even think we need to talk about that one. Have you ever had
Nope.
Checkers?
I've never had it, but their fries, they sell their fries in like at the supermarket, and their fries are incredible. If you can get Checkers fries, I would recommend it.
So we might need to put it up further.
You can put it up. Their fries are that good.
All right, so they get a C level.
Their fry. If anybody's ever had Checkers and is in like in stream, you know what I'm talking about. Their fries are amazing.
Lance said Checkers got them fries.
Yeah, Lance. See, Lance knows their fries are very good.
Lance also said he thought you lived in Alaska because of your permanent beanie.
No, it's just cold here.
All right, Chipotle. Have you ever seen the
Um,
videos of the old people trying to say Chipotle? They go Chipotle,
no.
Chipotle latte. They don't know how to say it. Like they Chipotle. Like they don't understand how to say the word.
So I think Chipotle is like if you're trying to like so for instance, if you're like going to the gym and you're trying to like eat a lot of calories or you're like trying to go and get something that's semi-healthy, I think Chipotle is pretty good.
I love Chipotle. Um, I
That
think
can
it
go
goes
to
in
B.
B.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree
I like
there.
Chipotle.
If we had Puncheros, I would fight for it to be at the top. All right, never had. Cookout?
Bro, F.
F.
F immediately.
Immediate. All right, we need the story behind Cookout.
It's the same thing. Like it's in the most like rundown. I've never seen like one that was like presentable that looked like it was even like a functioning store.
Yeah,
They have cookouts all over the place in Tennessee, and every single one of them is just I don't know. I've never had it, but it just there's no way.
that's
Like
like
you would,
Popeyes here, dude. Like
yeah. It's like
Popeyes, that's scary.
McCabe and Hudak have a good Popeyes story. Their Popeyes was also a laundromat.
There were people doing laundry in the
You could do your
Popeyes.
laundry and eat a bucket of chicken.
That's so funny, dude. That's actually like we had a Popeyes. There's one that I actually have gone to probably like I frequented it, I might say. Like once a year I've hit up this Popeyes. And every single time I sit there for 45 minutes without my food, and it's a fast food place. Like I sit there for
Yeah,
45 minutes while they make my food. They finally get it to me, and then they're like just so mean about it too. Like they'll just like hand me my food and just like give me a dirty look, and then I'll just like
yeah,
leave because I'm so uncomfortable. It's just a terrible experience every single
yeah.
time, but I go back every year because it's like good food somehow,
Hmm.
but just a terrible experience. All right. Culver's. Have you had Culver's?
Never had it.
I think it's B. It's in the B tier. It's definitely not the best, but it's in the B tier for sure. I would
Yeah,
say. Del Taco. Have you had Del Taco?
never had it.
Never. I had it once, like 10 years ago. I don't even remember what it tastes like, so I don't think it's valid. Denny's. How do you feel
Eh,
about Denny's?
Awful.
F. I
Horrible.
I was about to
It's
yell F.
absolute. The last time I had Denny's, there was
Oh man.
I got pancakes and there was like a hair. It was no,
Yeah, dude,
no.
I went to Denny's and I think like someone like I was worried someone was gonna pull a gun on somebody and over like their
Disgusting.
hash browns or something. It was there
We
was
sound
just
like
yelling
such.
going on.
We sound like so dramatic.
Yeah, bro, there was I was
Disgusting.
actually at a Denny's and there were scrambled eggs on the floor and the worker tried to vacuum them up and just rub them into the carpet on the ground.
Jesus,
That
dude.
legitimately happened in Omaha.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's
terrible. All right, Domino's. How do you feel about Domino's?
um. I don't know. I'm so indifferent on it.
I think it's just a D. Like I don't think it really takes
Yeah,
much.
I
I don't
think it
know.
like serves a purpose, but
Yeah, D. Dairy Queen. How you feel about Dairy
their
Queen?
their blizzards are
Pretty
that's the only
fire.
thing I've ever had.
It's got to be a C tier for that for their ice cream. Super
Yeah.
good. Oh, dude, John in the chat says Pancheros blows Chipotle away. He is just exactly right on that one. But Pancheros is not going to be on here because it's not like nationwide. Pollo Loco. Ever had it?
No clue.
Yeah. Firehouse subs. Have you ever had it?
They're fire.
Fire? What are we
Yeah.
feeling? I don't think I've ever had it.
Probably C.
See? Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Five Guys. Do we think that they deserve the best because their food tastes the best, or do we want to dock them for the
I
price?
I think you gotta dock them for the price.
All right. I think that's
Like
fair.
it's almost like unaffordable.
Yeah, dude. It's like you go there like once every like probably like 6 months,
You
and that would be like the most
well
I would go because it's just
you
so fucking expensive.
well Ted, you gotta think about it. Like okay, you gotta think about it like this. You could go to the grocery store. It doesn't matter what you put on your burger. You could buy a pack of ground beef. You could buy potatoes. and whatever you put on that burger, and it's literally going to be around like $10 or $15,
Yeah.
and you're getting like 4 or 5 burgers out of that.
And I can buy brioche buns and I can buy
So
like
you're
premium shit.
so you're paying $15 for 5 burgers, or you could double that and pay $30 for one burger.
Dude, I think we're onto something here. How are they so expensive?
Dude, the upcharge is
It
out of
makes no
control.
sense. Like you just made my burger, but all these other places make my burger and I pay
The
$8 for that
up
burger.
the upcharge is it's
Yeah,
outrageous.
bro, you go to a sit down burger place and you pay like $10, $15 at maximum for a burger. Five Guys, you go for a burger and fries and it's literally like $22.
It's outrageous.
All right, IHOP, um, I think it's in the D tier. It serves a purpose like Domino's, but it's not great.
Yeah, I'm with that.
In and Out, how do you feel about In
App
and Out?
crazy overrated.
Thank you.
Crazy
I
overrated.
was honestly thinking D or F, but probably
Like
D.
it's incredibly just average.
People are gonna go
The
crazy
see
probably
the
about
see
that.
the opposite the opposite is like you can go there and it's affordable.
Yeah, you can get a lot of food at In and Out. Like for
Their
it's like
fries are horrible
more
though.
affordable than yeah, dude. Their fries,
Their
like the
fries, it's
non-animal
like
style, are just fucking stale as hell.
their
Terrible,
fries are awful.
terrible. Jack in the Box. What do we feel? Have you ever had that?
Never had it.
I haven't either. Jersey Mike's. What do you think?
Good.
Banging. I think it's banging. I put it up with B.
Probably B, yeah.
I love Jersey Mike's. Jimmy John's. What do you feel about Jimmy
Never
John's?
never had it.
It's a C for me. It's gotta be. It's like Jersey
Not better than
Mike's,
Jersey
just
Mike's.
not as good. Yeah, it's like it's
Yeah.
essentially Jersey Mike's, just not as good. And Jimmy John's also doesn't do hot sandwiches, so it's like a little bit less.
Yeah.
Jolly Bee,
Never had it.
never
I
had
know
it.
they have spaghetti on their menu though.
I will
So
not
I
be
don't know
taking any
how.
questions about KFC. It's F, dude. Like one time in high school, I got dared to eat their donut chicken sandwich, and I ate
It
it and had
sounds
diarrhea for 3 days. Like
yeah,
I was
I don't
borderline
ever eat it.
pre-diabetic after one fucking meal.
I trust your opinion. That next one better
Oh.
be F minus.
Little Caesars? You want F
Put
minus?
that under or go under F, bro.
It belongs
You
down
need
here.
you need a new category.
Oh, dude, I'll be honest with you with Little Caesars. I think it serves a purpose of the cheapest pizza. If I'm like I used to eat it when I was
That's
high a lot. I would go get a $5 pizza when I was high cuz I would just eat the entire thing.
yeah.
But I do agree it is not good pizza. Like it's yeah, we can agree
Horrible.
with it being an F. I'll deal with it. F. Like I'm not even taking
What is
questions on
that?
that one either. Have you ever had Long John Silver's?
No, God no.
I think
Fast food fish?
I think my father-in-law might be watching this. His favorite fast food restaurant is Long John Silver's. Um,
No.
so David, if you're watching this, I apologize. I just think that the fish there is disgusting. It's gray on the middle of it, and it scares
How,
me.
somebody said, how close am I to Old Forge? I live around Bloomsburg, so if you know where that is.
Oh, you guys might live by each other,
Yeah, if he lives in Old Forge.
Mr. John. Also, I want to say thank you guys again for all tuning in. We're just doing the fun section of the podcast now. I'm having a lot of fun doing this tier list.
Yeah, I like these.
All right, what do you think about McDonald's? I think it belongs by In and Out in the D tier.
Again, I don't ever eat it, so
Yeah,
whatever you think.
I think he lives in D tier. I think Mr. Ronald is just the most average of all time. It's like this is exactly what I mean. If it's worse than McDonald's, so if it's in this tier, I will actively avoid it. Anything above and like there's a time and a place that I will like be okay eating it.
Yeah.
Moe's, what have you ever had that?
No.
I don't even know what that is. Noodles and Company.
No clue.
Noodles and Company, I think it belongs with Jimmy John's. It's pretty much like you go there and you like build your own pasta. Like you like can
Hmm.
determine if you want like they'll do like cold pasta with like olive oil and vinegar and stuff like that sort of thing, or they'll do like warm pasta, butter noodles. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Panda Express, how you feeling about that?
Never had it. Don't even.
Again, I think it's C. It's probably like the best fast food Chinese restaurant that is not local out there. Like it's like one of the chains that's everywhere. That's not
Yeah.
bad, I guess. They have this really good shrimp, like honey coconut shrimp or something. Really
hmm
good, but it's like $4 extra whenever you order anything.
Dude, I love Panera. I'm
I
not
love
gonna lie.
Panera too, bro. I was thinking B tier.
Their bacon turkey Bravo sandwich. Oh my.
Dude, their entire like everything they have there. If you get a bread bowl there, like I'll suck that baby down straight down my
Yeah. The
throat,
problem
dude.
is again, it's so expensive.
It is, but it's like expensive, but it's not like Five Guys expensive enough to where
Yeah.
it needs to get docked. It's like
Yeah.
it's doable. Papa John's.
F.
I think I agree there. Dude, I think it might live in the same category as Domino's.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. I've never had it, but I
Okay.
just any fast food pizza I think is just disgusting.
All right, you better know this Penn Station after we're done with PDQ. What is PDQ? Have you ever had that?
No idea.
All right, Penn Station. Do you know what that is?
No clue.
Damn, it's even called Penn Station, the state you live in. Pizza Hut F. No doubt.
Yeah, that's
F.
awful.
F. F.
Popeyes?
Um,
That's you, all you.
I think their food is a B, but they're definitely getting docked for like
For being in a laundromat.
for being in a laundromat and like the amount of times I've gone there and like gotten dirty looks. Definitely
Yeah.
getting for like no reason. Portillo's. Have you ever had that?
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
Okay, where are we thinking?
They
I've never
have
had it. B or
they
C
have
or A?
it's B. They have
B.
this
All right.
milkshake. They have this milkshake. They literally put a slice of chocolate cake in it. Oh my
Oh,
God.
dude, that sounds fire.
Yeah.
I would eat that.
They have
Um,
Italian beef sandwiches and stuff like that. It's really good.
Italian beef sandwiches. All right, Potbelly.
No idea.
It's definitely a B, but dude, I think I have to make a change. Have you had Jersey Mike's
Uh-oh.
before?
Yeah.
Would you be okay with it being with Chick-fil-A?
Oh boy.
You can say no.
Well, what do we define the best as? Like, actively crave it, could eat it whenever?
Um, like yeah, like you could eat it once a week or more.
Like, could eat it whenever? Then yeah, because I could eat a Jersey Mike's sub whenever.
Okay. Oh, here's Cadoba. What do you
Qdoba,
think? I've never had it.
Qdoba's good. It's better than Chipotle, but it's not like the best, so
All
I'd
right,
put it
it'll
in
be
B.
in B with Chipotle.
Oh,
Quiznos fucking F.
yeah, that better be an F.
F. It used to be good like when I
Roy,
was like a kid.
what is Roy Rogers?
I've I've never heard of that.
They need a F minus for the name Roy
Let's
Rogers.
look at this. Let's just look up Roy Rogers and just see what we get. Oh, there he is, bro.
Yeah, bro,
That's
what?
Roy. That might not even be the right one. I just think we put her in never had. Sabaro.
Never had it.
Bakery Shlzgovsky.
Mm,
I'm not even going to try to say that again.
no idea.
Shake Shack, have you had that?
Yeah, Shake Shack's incredible.
I think it might be up there with the best, dude.
I I would like out of all the burger chains, I would Shake Shack's the best.
It's up there. It's definitely up there with the best. Sheets.
Sheets is just kind of mid. Like it is what it is. You go there if you're like stoned. So probably a D.
A D. All right. Skyline Chili.
What?
I've
A
never even
chili?
heard of that. Have you heard of
I
that?
I don't know how good a Skyline chili could be.
Yeah, bro. You want me to pick you up a Skyline Chili?
Skyline chili,
All right.
Sonic F.
Sonic. I'm putting it in
A-
D. It's got to go
Actually,
D.
do they have? I've never had it. Do they? Is there like a ice cream good?
Yeah, really good. That's the only reason it's D. I go there for their
Oh
ice
yeah,
cream
then
and
it can't be
slushies.
F. Yeah,
If
it can't
their
be F then.
if their food was if I tried their food, I'd probably put it in F. So I just never
F is
tried.
like you will not eat it no matter
Yeah.
what.
Steak and Shake is banging.
Steak and Shake is good, yeah.
I think it's B.
hmm
Subway fucking F,
Horrible.
no doubt.
McCabe's gonna be so mad. He loves Subway.
Dude, everything is soggy there. You get a sandwich and it just turns into sog.
Did wait. Did he tell you about the kid that went in and ordered the meatball hoagie with
With
mayonnaise?
mayonnaise? Yeah, I was in the Discord with that. A
It's
meatball fucking sandwich with mayonnaise.
marinara and mayonnaise on it.
Oh my
Jesus.
god, bro. I cannot imagine that. All right, Swenson's. Do you know what that is?
No idea.
Taco Bell.
Never
I
had it.
I hate to do
Up
this.
to you.
It's got to go in D. I like Taco Bell. I go there probably more than I should, but it's just very mid.
Hmm.
It's the only taco place I
A
have
lot of
around.
people love it.
Taco Cabana? Do you know what that is?
No idea.
Torchy's Tacos?
No idea.
That's a cool ass logo though. I've never had that before,
I'm
but it's a
not even
little
gonna say
demon.
anything about the next one. Just put it there.
It can stay there and I'm okay with that.
I mean, this is not disrespect, but you quite literally, the chances of your life getting taken from you
Yeah.
are exponentially higher
It's
if you go
over
to a Waffle
50%
House.
every time you step in Waffle House.
You may get hit with a chair.
All the fight videos on Twitter are always in a Waffle
It's
House.
always a Waffle House.
It's always in a Waffle House. Wawa?
I love Wawa, probably B.
B? All right. I think Wendy's belongs in the. I'm deciding between.
B or C.
I think it's C because it's not as good as Five Guys, not as good as Chipotle,
It's
but
like
it's
there's better options, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Whataburger? Have you ever had that?
Never had it, but I know what it is.
I've heard it's really good. I've had White Castle and I thought it was fucking garbage.
Yeah, that's an F. White Castle's disgusting.
They have like those little tiny burgers. Absolutely
Yeah.
terrible. Wiener Schnitzel. Have you ever had the Wiener Schnitzel?
No, I know what it is, but
I put it in D because it was not one that I would like never eat again, but it definitely was not good. Like I would
yeah,
avoid it. Wings over.
no clue.
This next one, have you ever had Wingstop?
Yeah, Wingstop's really good.
I
Probably
was
B.
thinking B.
Yeah, their ranch is really good.
It's close to the best category because there's no other wing place that's like fast
Oh,
food that I would put it up there.
that's true. Is it F because it's the only wing?
It might
Wait,
have to
is it
be.
the only wing place?
There's like Buffalo Wild Wings and stuff,
Oh
but
no,
Wingstops
it's
have
better
like
than that.
drive-throughs and stuff.
Probably the
I think
best
it's got to sit up there at top.
because we have like a chicken place, subs, burgers, wings.
Yeah, yeah. We don't have a pizza place because they're all fucking terrible.
Zaxby's. It's the last one. Hell yeah.
Where are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't think it can be the best because it's fried chicken and it's not as good as Chick-fil-A.
So it's got to be
So that
B.
wouldn't make sense. Yeah,
All right,
unfortunately.
dude. This is a pretty good list.
You're gonna
I
have
think
to
this is.
screenshot that.
Yeah, bro. I think I'm gonna have to do it right now and put it in. I
You're
think
gonna
that's
get
pretty solid, dude.
you're gonna get so many people that are so mad.
I'm about to post it right to Twitter right this second, and we're gonna see what people said.
Some weirdo's gonna like be absolutely obsessed with White Castle.
There's gonna be some guy who's like, "Bro, you never had the sliders at White Castle. Have you ever ordered those out?" And I
Yeah,
had them like twice, and I just never touched them again.
White Castle.
Oh, okay. Is there anything else that we want to talk about today? Is there any
Um,
pressing market stuff?
I don't think so.
Um,
4-day week next week, New Year. I think we talked about Spy. We talked about the setups we like.
yeah. Everyone, just remember if you're going out on New Year's Eve to order an Uber if you're gonna be drinking.
Yes, please.
That's my biggest thing is don't get a DUI number one and don't hurt yourself number two.
Yeah, and honestly, be careful too. Like, even if you're not drinking, like the amount of drunk people that are going to be driving, like honestly,
Yeah.
just pay attention. There's going to be cops everywhere, and don't do anything stupid.
I'm going to a an emo night. It's like not I'm not gonna be dressing up and shit, but it's like just this big ass like bar crawl thing where some people dress up like emo and other people just like drink and have fun. But there's like a whole bunch of people dressed up in emo gear or something and they play like emo music. But it's my entire bar area in Des Moines,
Dude,
so like I don't have a choice to go or not. It's like if I
Austin,
want to go to the bars, I'm gonna go.
Austin's going to be so upset.
He probably will be, bro. There's gonna be. I'm gonna send him pictures of like people dressed up like Kiss and stuff, and it's gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
playing
cool.
like sad boy music in the background.
Austin would love that.
I should invite
But
him. I should tell him to buy a plane ticket today and
literally,
be here in Des Moines, Iowa, and I'll pick him up and he can come to emo night.
oh, the puppy's awake.
Oh, little man, dude. When I tell you guys, he was a actual missile. When I met Tony, that
The
dog
German
literally
missile.
jumped up in the air and like butted heads with my knee probably 25 times.
Yeah, nonstop, right, Bubba?
He's so cute though. All right, guys. I think that's gonna wrap it up. I hope we gave you guys enough, stock stuff, and then enough just fun
Having
Tony
fun.
and I talking shit. So be safe this
Yeah.
weekend, and thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.